Alright, BS. Okay, Doki Doki Blue Skies is a Doki Doki literature fan mod that is not affiliated with Team Salvato. I'm really excited to do this. I don't know anything about Blue Skies, so this is, it's gonna be my first time. It is designed to be played only after the official game has been completed and contains spoilers for the official game. Well, I've already finished that one. Game files for DDLC are required to play this mod and can be downloaded for free from Steam. By playing Doki Doki Blue Skies, you agree that you have completed DDLC. Yes. Lastly, this mod contains NSFW content, including nudity, which can be turned off in the settings. I should probably do that. Alright. We can also... Wow! Whoa! Whoa, this is cool! Yo, oh my, okay. I gotta focus. Okay. Censor nudity, yes. Skip Halloween? Do we really want to do that? Oh, wait, oh shoot. I thought I was already said yes, but yeah, that makes sense. Alright, so... Alright. So this is DDBS now. I'm really excited. So we can do that. Oh, alright. We're continuing off from DDLC. Oh boy. Ooh, alright. Yes. Allow it. What if I said no? I hope I honestly will. And we're back here at my room. Last night was dreadful. The sound of thunder kept me up for hours. Today's another day, I guess. Let's just hope that it's at least a bit better. As I noticed, I drag myself out of bed and groggily begin the monotony of my daily routine. Making my way to the kitchen, I haphazardly rummaged through the cupboards looking for something to eat. Unfortunately, there's no tasty homemade breakfast awaiting me. Ever since my parents' divorce, I've been just living off of whatever I find in the kitchen. I live with my mom, but she's always taking business trips abroad. So for the most part, it's pretty much just me at home. It's lonely, but I can manage. Although I do miss the smell of bacon and eggs in the morning. Breakfast used to be a family thing. Dad would read the newspapers at the kitchen table, while Mom would stand at the stove and fry up her famous sunny side up eggs. But all that feels like a long forgotten memory. Well, at least breakfast is sorted. A calorie empty. Not exactly the best start to the day, but it'll do. I do my own shopping since Mom's never home, but I usually stick to buying the bare necessities. The ease of using pre-made stuff has been pretty much sapped me of the urge to cook meals for myself. And with my food quickly finished, I head for the door. At the very least, the weather looks much better than yesterday's. Clear skies beat thunderstorms any day of the week. Oh, I'm still lost in my thoughts when I notice a familiar face. It's Sayori. We have quite a history together. As children, we were basically inseparable. Always exploring, getting up to mischief, driving our parents wild. Typical things that young children do, really. As time went on, especially in recent years, we started slowly drifting apart. In fact, I haven't spoken to her in a long time. It's a real shame. After all, we shared a lot of fun memories with each other. I'm surprised to see her up so early, though. A couple of times I glanced out the classroom window only to see her hurriedly walking along to school. We used to walk to school together, and although she was sometimes a little late to meet me, I never really minded. As we continued to drift apart, however, her lack of punctuality became more frequent, and I just decided it'd be better if I walked to school alone. Which meant that although I did get to school on time more often, it was quite lonely. Knowing her, she's probably just gotten more and more lazy with time. After all, her dedication to sleeping in seems to be unwavering. Well, still, I've always enjoyed talking to her. Hey Sayori, I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been? Oh, sweet. She looks a little more surprised at my appearance and question. I suppose I can't blame her. Oh hey, Doki, I wasn't expecting to see you. That makes two of us. You're up early today. She laughed softly, a misplaced looking frown on her face. I've been alright though. Not a whole lot has changed recently, you know. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Life has been pretty routine these days. School's kinda although I guess it could be worse. She nods as we both resume to walk to school. Although I can talk to her just fine, there's still an awkward air between us. I guess that's a given, seeing as this is our first proper conversation together in a long time. As we carry on making idle small talk, a sudden thought hits me. Anyway, this might come across as a bit out of the blue, but seeing you here has given me an idea. Oh? Well, it's been a while since we walked to school together. How about we start doing that again? Would you really want to do that? I'm not very fun to talk to, and I'm always late. I frown. It's really strange to hear Sayori say this, given that I've always known her to have a bubbly, cheerful personality. Sorry, that's definitely not true. Well, the bit about always being late is true. I've always loved hanging out with you, and I think we have a lot of fun again. Besides, I missed you. I'll even help you wake up on time if you need me to. Is that a bit too forward? I don't know if I've never been in this sort of situation before. I mean, we are childhood friends after all, right? Really? Yeah, really. I miss you too, Blookie. Well, let's do it then. From now on, we'll walk to school together, okay? Okay. Ah, there it is. That classic Sayori smile I grew up loving. All the memories I have of us together as children feature that smile. No matter where we ventured, parks, playgrounds, forests, that smile would follow. That innocent, childlike sense of adventure we used to have. It's painfully clear that's long gone. But maybe we can still smile together anyway. So what have you been up to lately? You know, the usual. You mean games, anime, and manga, right? If I had manga, I'd honestly read it. I think I remember trying to read a manga, but you know, I just didn't bother. Yep, it pretty much goes without saying. Oh, Bookie, you haven't changed. Are you saying that you think I need some change? No one's perfect. There's always room for improvement. Especially in your case, I'm guessing that you're still part of the Go Home Club. Go Home Club. I wonder. Hey, that cuts a little deep. What do you want me to do? Join the soccer club and trip over someone? Everyone? I might read stuff pretty much wrong with them. Well, I think a little exercise is good for anyone. Very offended if you're trying to call me fat right now. Well, you don't have to join the sports club if you don't want to. Yeah, I was actually thinking of checking out the anime club. Wow, how'd you guess? It does suit my hobbies though, so... Looky, you should try branching out a bit more. Okay, Miss Club Expert, if you're gonna criticize all my club choices, what would you suggest? Well, it just so happens that there's this club that I'm in. Oh, really? Yeah, I'm actually the vice president. Wow, I didn't expect that. Dang, so you get to take part in all of the executive decisions. Kind of. The club kind of only has 4 members at the moment, but it's really fun. We're actually looking for new members right now. Oh, so that's why she brought it up. Only 4 members? Sounds like you guys are just standing out. Standing out then. What club is it anyway? It's the school's very own literature club. I unintentionally let out a sigh. Her face drops. I don't think that was quite the reaction she was hoping for. In my defense, literature has never quite captured my interest. Unless you count manga as literature, that is. I know it. You don't want to join. I understand though. Not many people like reading. Hey, who said I didn't like to read? I love reading, if you count manga. I muttered the last word more to myself than to Sayori. On the plus side, series laughs at my sheepishness. You sound like someone I know from the literature club. She talks about manga all the time. Oh really? I am actually interested in the club though. Sayori smiles, seemingly content that I'm showing initiative. If I'm looking for a club to join, I guess the literature club is as good as a place as any to start. That's great. You should come down sometime. And by sometime, you're hoping for today, aren't you? The sooner the better. Alright, I'll have a look after school today. Thanks, Bookie. Although we should probably hurry up. Don't want to be late now, do we? Yeah, you're right. This is really interesting so far. I'm loving it. Oh shoot, they actually have like the school. This was never in like the yeah. Oh my god. I'm honestly more excited what's gonna come by. Within a few minutes, we've arrived at the school entrance amidst a crowd of chattering students. We wave goodbye as we head off to our separate classes. I have Sakurai in the morning, so I'm fairly confident that the next hour or so won't be too bad. Sakurai? Could it be the Sakurai? Who's Sakurai, you might ask? Oh my god. Did I really just predict what I was gonna ask? Only one of the coolest, most down-to-earth teachers we have in the whole school. Being on the young side himself, the experience of high school is much fresher in his mind than in some of the other teachers, especially the older ones. It gives me a smile as I open the door. Whoa. What? That is not who I was expecting. Morning, Rookie. How are we doing today? Not bad, sir. Same old, same old. How about you? Well, we're finally starting our module on the 20th century history today, so needless to say, I'm excited. Oh yeah? First World War, Nazism, Second World War, that stuff? You bet. I've waited all year for this to start. Oh man, you guys are in for a real treat. There's something else I really admire about him. He's so enthusiastic about his subject, and that enthusiasm really makes learning about history that much more enjoyable. Combined with the fact that he's fairly relaxed, especially when it comes to homework, you can really see why he's popular. Although he does have a strict side, of course. That side of him comes to light every now and again, so he isn't a pushover. By and large, he's earned the respect of his students by striking the balance just right. I just wish that all my teachers were as friendly and made efforts to know their students better. Well, I take a seat in one of my classmates. Emmy smiles and waves. But Emmy, bouncy and energetic, she has a reputation for her skills on the track field. Even when she isn't running, she's still pretty much a ball of energy. Okay. Hey, Emmy, do I have like people that I know that were not even mentioned in the game, in the original? Probably. Hey, we have one of those odd friendships where we get along well in class, but don't really see each other outside of school. How you doing, Emmy? Training was really fun today, Brookie. Oh my god! Yo, what? Oh. She's always on the hunt for new recruits to join the track team, and she has a habit of dropping some not so subtle hints. Yeah, we're always looking for new people, and I know you aren't part of any club, so you should totally join us. It's funny you mentioned that I'm not a part of any clubs, actually. I think I'm gonna check out the literature club after school. I don't really think you were the poetic type, but if you ever get bored of writing poems, you know where to find me. How many times do I have to tell you that? Alright. Guys, let's make a start. It's almost criminal that I've had to wait so long to teach my favorite century. Okay, 20th century is his favorite. Well, that's the school's lessons over. As I linger behind in the classroom to gather up all my things, I hear the door open. It's Sayori. Hi again. Hey, the literature club meeting today, right? Yeah, it is. I was just heading there now. Do you still want to come along? You betcha. Okay, I have a feeling this isn't the Blookie I know from the original. I don't know. Sayori seems to perk up, looking excited that I still want to come along to the club. Look at you, finally doing some extracurriculars. I mean, if you're the vice president, it can't be all that bad, right? She giggles, making me smile. Each individual club member makes it special. Everyone works hard to have fun together. Well, let's not keep them waiting. It'd be rude to show up late. I want to make a good first impression after all. I guess you're right. No! Alright. I guess you're right. Come on. Let's right this way and up the stairs at the end. Okay. Oh, I'm glad I remembered this thing. Otherwise I would have missed some dialogue. I follow Sayori down the hallway. She seems excited, and it's nice to know that I'm making her day at least a little bit better. The stairs lead up to a section of the school that I recognize as the third wing. Sayori leads me to a classroom and knocks on the door. Trust me, you're gonna love it. She's definitely enthusiastic about this club, that's for sure. After a seemingly long wait, the door finally slides open. Oh! Oh shoot! Natsuki! A small pink-haired girl peeks out. Sayori? She peeks out further. Hey, Natsuki. Guess what? I found someone who wants to join our club. The girl, who's apparently called Natsuki, slowly turns to glare at me and narrows her eyes. She opens the door fully, and behind her, I see another girl sitting at her desk, her face buried in a book. I'm guessing that's Sayori? What? Hey, wait, Sayori. Sayori is practically pushing Natsuki out of the way. I have potions. She seems excited to introduce me to the rest of the club members. Well, I'm in. Hey guys, I wanted to introduce you to our newest member, Doki. Sayori, hold up. It's a bit quick to call me the new member, is it? I then notice a third girl peek out from behind a bookshelf in the corner of the classroom. Can it be? Is that Monica? Is it Monica? I'm scared. Monica is one of the most popular girls of the school. Everyone seems to flock to her because she's smart, beautiful, athletic. You name it, she's got it. Unfortunately, this also means she's completely out of my league. She looks at me first with a stern look, but then quickly puts down the book she's holding and rushes over. Oh, whoa. Bro, the way that looks. That's so interesting. Blookie, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. The girl who has her face buried in her book suddenly jolts up and looks right at me. She quickly snaps her book shut and typically moves to join the conversation. Okay, it's Yuri. Oh, remember? My name is Yuri. Yeah. Holy crap. It seems that I've somehow lucked out. Not only is Monica in this club, but also a bunch of other cute girls. Am I glad I decided to come here instead of the anime club today? But enough gawking, Blookie. Stop staring and start talking. It's nice to meet you, Yuri. Like Sayori said, I'm Blookie. I smile at her, then turn to Monica. So it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Blookie. Swear to God. If you have what I think you have, Monica, I swear. I don't know. We do know each other well. We rarely talk, but we're in the same class last year. It's kind of a strange thing to say. It's kind of strange to say, but having her smile at me so genuinely makes me feel a bit starstruck. The powers of a school idol. You too, Monica. So you guys run it. So you guys run a club with just the 4 of you then, huh? Sayori told me about how you were looking for new members. Well, actually, I've been trying to push for more members for a while, but we haven't had any luck recently. Sayori did say. My words dry up in my mouth as Natsuki shoots me a piercing glare. She looks pissed at me. But for what reason, I don't know. I haven't really had the chance to do so much besides walk in and say hello. Sayori, you brought a boy? Yep, he told me he wanted to join just this morning. Not sure if it's just Sayori being an airhead again, but I don't recall promising that I'd join. Great. Natsuki glowers. Glowers at us, folding her arms with an irritated huff. I don't really get why though. Sorry about Natsuki, that's just how she is. She's a little standoffish to new members. Oh, it's nothing, I don't mind. Hey, I'm right here, you know. Sorry, I gotta try to make a good impression though. Come on! Natsuki, we need new members. If you don't feel like being nice to Wookie, can you at least be nice to me, please? Oh, bro, these sprites are ridiculous. Jeez, you don't have to make such a big deal out of it. Fine. If you're gonna beg, I guess I have no choice. Hooray! Thanks, Natsuki. Looks like I know who the I can't read that. I know someone can. It's almost comical, the extent to which Natsuki fits that trope. Well, maybe my view of the world is just clouded by anime influences, though. Like how everyone's eyes are, like, closed while Yuri's isn't. Anyway, let's get this conversation. Fucking yawning, man! I might yawn out of nowhere. Let's get this conversation back on track. How'd you come to learn about the literature club, Doki? I'll have to admit I'm a bit curious about that myself. Sayori and I were just walking to school when she mentioned this club to me. Since I was sort of looking for a club to join, I figured that I should check you guys out. At any rate, Sayori was really enthusiastic about the literature club, so Monica beams at Sayori when she hears this. Guess Sayori has done a good job at advertising for the club. I see. Well, I think this is a great place to start, after all. Books can be very enticing. It's super fun. I think the club is the only place where I've been feeling comfortable lately. Again, I might yawn out of nowhere. Sayori's face falls for a moment, but she quickly picks herself back up. It's somewhere I can just sit and read while hanging out with friends. I think they summed up the club pretty well, after all. I started it to bring together like-minded people who love literature. I'm really happy with how it's turned out so far. It's very cozy. But enough introductions. Why don't you come in and take a seat, Wookie? Did you bring anything to read? As she asked that, I realized I'm not much of a reader, much less someone who loves literature. To be honest, I haven't thought of this through very well. Would joining a club that focuses on reading really be the best thing for me? No, I don't have any books on me at the moment. I just haven't seen any good titles recently. I lie through my teeth, hoping Monica doesn't see through my facade. I obviously don't read much, but if they believe that I do, hopefully it'll help me relate to these girls. Well, we have plenty of books here. If you want to check out what we have, I'm sure you'll find something that matches your taste. If that's so, then I guess I'll head over there and maybe something might catch my eye. I start to sweat nervously as I walk awkwardly over to the bookshelf. There looks to be a good variety of books available, ranging in genre from horror and fantasy all the way down to non-fiction. Sheepishly, I turn towards. Who do I want to turn to? Yuri, Natsuki. I gotta think here. I'll just do Yuri. Hey, could you help me pick out a... Yo. That kind of freaked me out for a second. Hey, could you help me pick out a book you think I'd like? Oh, I'd be happy to. If the prospect isn't too off-putting, I know of a wonderful horror novel. To be honest, horror never particularly appealed to me still. I want to make an effort here. I have an open mind. What book were you thinking of? Blushing, Yuri bends down and removes a thick book from the bookcase. It has a large, piercing eye on the cover. It almost feels like it's staring right into my soul. Yeah, that's the same kind. That's the same kind of, I believe that's the same kind of detail from the original. One of my personal favorites, Portrait of Markov. I know it might look intimidating, but sorry. She shakes her head and goes to put the book back, but I stop her. Don't worry about it. I love to check it out. What's it about? A coy smile plays across her face as though she were pleasantly surprised by my enthusiasm. Jeez, dude. Let's see. The protagonist is a young high school student who moves in with her sister, but shortly after, sinister things start happening. The two are captured by an ominous cult that practices nightmarish experiments on their prisoners. Throughout the story, she's forced to make choices no one her age should have to make. In the process, her ability to trust others is warped, and many of her relationships are broken as a result. Pretty dark, but hey, I'd be lying if I said it didn't sound interesting. Well, it definitely sounds pretty engaging. I think I'll read this book then. Natsuki mumbles something, but she's barely out of earshot. Really? You don't have to if you don't want to. I do. While this might not be what I usually pick, your description of the plot intrigued me. Although I have to ask, what makes this your favorite book? If I had to put it into words, I suppose I'm a big believer in the literature's ability to challenge the psyche. So to have such an immersive tale question your ideals and foundations can be extremely exhilarating. She smiles and twirls a long lavender strand of hair around with her finger. Words are immensely powerful. They can paint stunning portraits, invoke emotion, or even whisk oneself away to an entirely new dimension. As she continues to speak, she transforms from the timid girl I just met into a proud and confident expert. I get the impression that she feels more at home with books rather than other people. Isn't that exhilarating, Bookie? We have such a vast vocabulary at our disposal. With such a powerful resource at our fingertips, we can do anything. Hoping that I don't put her off of my evident experience. Yeah, when you put it that way, I can understand how powerful the written word can be. I scratched the back of my head nervously. Fortunately, she finds that to be a satisfactory answer. One must look at the words the author chose. We have so many synonyms, so what compelled the author to shape their story the way they did? The feeling I get when I finally finish a truly compelling novel, it leaves me totally breathtaking. I wish I had something as coherent to respond with. We might as well be from different planets. I think I know what you mean. She closes her eyes, pulling her hands close to her chest, then, as though remembering she's not alone, she suddenly blinks and immediately appears more bashful. Oh goodness, I'm sorry. I must have gotten lost in my train of thought. She visits with a thin clip in her hair, sliding it up and down. Hey, don't worry about it. It's nice to see you talk about something you obviously enjoy. Who's to say otherwise? Yuri glances over to Natsuki, who simply raises her eyebrow in reply. Does Natsuki not like these kind of stories? Sorry, I was looking at the bottom right corner. She sighs and turns to look out of the window. That's putting it lightly. We have our differences in what we enjoy, literature-wise. She frowns slightly, as though pained by Natsuki's apparent disapproval. Well, I think everyone's different tastes are what make literature interesting, especially when talking about it with other people. I can't help but grin. I feel like that was actually pretty clever. Yes, that's a good way of looking at it. I reach over and take Portrait of Markov from her, tucking it under my arm. Well, I'll give this a bit of a read and see how far I can get tonight. I appreciate you giving it a chance, even if it's not something you're used to. I'll be looking forward to hearing your opinion. Must warn you though, once you get past the first few chapters, you might have trouble putting it down. And perhaps tomorrow, I mean, if you wanted to, could discuss it. She looks quite nervous as she suggests that. Guess it's just how her personality is. Yeah, we can do that tomorrow. Thanks for the recommendation, Yuri. I don't need to branch out and try new things. This would be a good place to start. I'm grateful that I get to read it on my own, at least for now. I honestly have no idea if I'll even like it, and if I were reading it with her and decided I didn't, that might make things a little awkward. With the book in hand, I make my way to a desk. The others are all now preoccupied, so this seems like a convenient time to start the story. Oh boy, it's definitely an unusual book. Horror was never really my thing, but I have to admit the main idea is intriguing, and the main characters are written well. The more I read, the more I can see why it appeals to Yuri. All that talk about appreciating sophisticated language. While it's not exactly my kind of story, to their credit, the author does a good job building up the rather bleak situation. I've never been particularly imaginative, but even I could picture the scenes in my head if I weren't so tired. Maybe I'm tired and it's giving me a hard time to read. I could probably engage it with it more. Over time, I can't help but grow a little bored though. I guess I've read enough to be able to discuss it with Yuri tomorrow. What the heck? What the heck, man? So I decided to call it there. Looking up, I spot Yuri reading something. Might as well see what she's up to. I've probably read this for long enough. Standing up with a stretch, I make my way over and take a seat next to her. Hey, how's it going, Yuri? What are you reading? Oh, okay. As I sit down, I notice that she looks quite content. Nothing much, just reading some stuff for a school project. What about you? You seem really into your book. Oh yeah, it was a good read, at least as far as I can tell right now. I can't help but wish I sounded a little more enthusiastic. That's great, so how are you liking the club? You're not bored, are you? She looks a little worried, her cheerful persona faltering for a moment. Where did that question come from? It's a bit too early to tell how I really feel about the club. Of course not, Sayuri. Sure, I haven't been here for long, but I've enjoyed meeting everyone. They opened my eyes for new stuff. I've never been huge on reading, but I'm confident the literature club could change that. I'm glad to hear that you're involved. You don't want to join a club that you have no interest in, right? I know what you mean. I think reading will grow on me in time. Actually, do you mind if I sit with you and read? She looks at me, clearly surprised. I don't think she was expecting me to sit next to her, but nonetheless, she seems happy. Her smile is infectious, lifting my own spirits too. That would be great, Loki. We read for a while, which turns into talking fairly quickly. Conversation being a continuation of our chat on the walk to school. It's nice to just sit and talk with my childhood friend. Who would have guessed reconnecting would be so easy? I haven't felt this content for as long as I can remember. The good mood reflects on her as well, given that she seems very uplifting and bubbly. I don't know what it is about her that makes me so at ease. Wow, we've been talking for a bit, haven't we? Man, I don't even know. I didn't even realize the time. I guess we have been talking for a while. I can see why you come to the literature club so much. There really is a welcome at ease vibe here. It must be a nice change of pace after how hectic the school day can be. I was hoping you'd say that, Bookie. It really is, and I'm grateful for the others as well. They really help make the club the way it is. I can't help but notice that Natsuki and Yuri seem to be very different though. Do they argue much? She seems a little downcast at my question. She looks a little downcast at my question. Sometimes, yes, but thankfully it isn't often. I can sense that this isn't a topic she likes discussing. Well, that's only normal, I guess. Monica seems like a great president though. She must be very proud of this club. Just then, Monica gets up from the seat she was sitting at and faces the classroom confidently. Speak up the devil. Okay, everyone, I hope we're all having a good time so far. Oh, freaking... this music. There's a good moment of silence during which which everyone seems to be glancing at me. Do they want me to respond? I'm honestly having a great time. Thanks for the warm welcome, everyone. Well, it's great to hear that. And as it turns out, Natsuki baked some cupcakes for the club too. Yeah, I know. I was just about to announce it, so let me get them. Let's go sit over there, Doki. It looks like there's room at those desks for all of us. I illy follow Sayori over to where the rest of the girls have pulled a couple of desks together to form a table. How about I make some tea as well? Dope. Hey! Yeah! Okay. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling a bit awkward, I'll just take a seat next to Yuri. Sayori. God dang it. I'm mixing up the names. If the conversation starts to die out, I can always rely on her to save me. Oh boy. Meanwhile, Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Oh, whoa! 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 Shoot, it's got me saying whoa now. Natsuki lifts the fold off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. I did not expect that. This is really good. Oh, wow. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know, just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. If she made it all by herself, that's seriously impressive. It practically tastes more professional. Dang it. But then again, it's not like I have the most discerning taste palate. These cupcakes are amazing. Thank you, Natsuki. Yeah, you better thank me, because this took hard work to do. Yeah, it really seems like it. Did you make it by yourself, or did your parents help you? Yeah, what's that supposed to mean? Are you saying I couldn't have done it myself? No, it's just that it seems professionally made, so I was wondering if an actual baker helped you. Wish my dad was a baker, but just because I don't bake for money, it doesn't mean that I can't be good. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I just suck at cooking myself, so I'm wowed by great cooking. Good. I guess I should count myself lucky that I got to try your cupcakes today. It's not every day that I have time to bake, so be thankful. The expression on Natsuki's face practically says, "Bow down before me, peasant," which I will not do in any case. Aha. Are you expecting the Doki to prostrate himself before you? Looks like Monica had the same thought. You can't blame Natsuki for bragging a little though. I would too if I made these. Exactly. Natsuki smiles gratefully at Sayori's save. You mean this one? Meanwhile, Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. Should keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Embarrassed, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. Don't worry about it, I believe you. Tea and reading might not be a common pastime for me, but I can at least appreciate it. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. I'll screw you, Monica. Boy, going back at this again. Going back from DDLC, which was like a few months ago. Oh, it was crazy. But then coming back here now. Oh my god. It's a whole different story. I'm happy that you look like you're enjoying yourself, Doki. As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Oh, that reminds me. I've actually been meaning to ask you something, Monica. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Were you the leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. But I guess it must be hard to start a new club since everyone's probably settled in their own activities already. You could put it that way. It can be hard to get people invested in things that are brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the culture festival that much more important. Speaking of school events, I don't think I saw your club at the club fair at the beginning of the year. That's because I hadn't started it yet. Oh, guess that explains why you don't have many members yet. Yeah, we missed that opportunity to draw in first years who hadn't found clubs yet. It's a lot harder to advertise on person by person basis. And like you said, a lot of people already have other extracurriculars by now. But even so, I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were so delighted by the idea of new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. By the way, I know that everyone here likes reading, but do you guys write as well? Actually, we haven't done any writing together, funnily enough. Whoa! Oh, it sounds so different. Do you guys just read and discuss books then? You could say that. Sounds more like a normal book club than a literature club. To be honest, I was kind of expecting you all to do stuff like write poetry together. At the word poetry, Natsuki jolts back a bit. Do you not like poetry, Natsuki? What? I don't really have an opinion on it, I guess. Oh, really? With a sly smile, Monica gets up and rummages through her book bag and returns with a loose notebook page in her hands. I happen to have here a poem called "Where Did You Get That?" Natsuki springs up and snatches the paper out of Monica's grasp. Don't worry, I didn't steal it from your bag or anything. You dropped it on the way out of the other day. I was going to return it, but I couldn't help teasing you a bit before I did that. Well, I'd appreciate it if you kept your nosy nose out of my private work. Duty noted. And sorry, I just couldn't help glancing over your poem when I picked it up. Your writing style is really cute, Natsuki. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Hey, there's nothing to be ashamed of. So you do write your own poems, Natsuki? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I just think that's pretty neat. Why don't you share them with the club sometime? Not if everyone's just gonna call them cute. Not if everyone's gonna call them cute. Like Sayori said, there's nothing wrong with being cute, you know? You wouldn't get it. There's nothing worse than trying to get honest feedback from someone and just having them say it's cute. Scorn drips from the word cute. I guess I didn't think of it that way. Yeah, no one does. It's super annoying, you know. Actually, I believe I understand how Natsuki feels. Natsuki looks surprised at Yuri's sudden interjection. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. And when that's all dismissed with a single remark, well, suffice to say it can greatly discourage you from putting your work out there again. Sounds like both you and Natsuki have writing experience in common, Yuri. Maybe. although I didn't mean to speak for Natsuki. Jeez, it's fine. I pretty much agree with what you said. So, a brief moment of silence falls upon us as we all reflect on the conversation. This just gave me an idea, everyone. We all look quizzically at Monica, who smiles knowingly back at us. If we have members who are looking for legitimate criticism of their poetry, how about we do that here? I'm sure we can all trust each other to be respectful, and I don't think, why did I say that? And I think it'd be a fun activity for us. I don't know if I feel comfortable sharing my old poetry. I didn't write it to be read by the public, so yeah, same here. That's fine. We can just all go home and write new poems to read tomorrow. I was going to suggest that anyway, since I don't think the rest of us have poetry ready to share yet. Yeah, that sounds awesome. I think learning about poetry would be really fun. I can't get over this music. It's so good. And now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Loki? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Their literature club has been very welcoming so far, at least after the initial introductions were made. And although I'll have to start writing poems, it seems like a fair price to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. I had my doubts at first, but given how friendly and welcoming these girls are, I don't really see any reason why I shouldn't join the club. Yep, I've been looking forward to becoming better friends with you all. And that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thank you, Monica. Yes, I'm so happy you're joining us. So you wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, and thanks for playing along. She whispers this last remark in my ear, so she was aware that I'd never agreed to join in the beginning. That sneaky girl. Although Sierra is the most enthusiastic of all of the girls' eyes are lit up in happiness. I would have been super pissed if you just left after eating my cupcakes. I'm very glad that you're staying as well. Okay, everyone. I think that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Don't forget tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so that we can hold discussions. Monica looks over at me once more. Loki, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress Monica with my mediocre reading and writing skills? Something tells me, no. Jeez, I can already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Well, it sounds like Monica's going to be as harsh as an actual literature teacher, right? Meanwhile, the others continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Yuri, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? Given that she introduced me to all these amazing people, it's the least I can do for her. Sure, let's head home. With that, the two of us wave goodbye to the others and make our way home. On the way back, we discuss the events of the day, focusing particularly on each club member. As we do so, my mind wanders between them all. Sayori, for some reason, Natsuki, Yuri, and Monica. I'm excited to hang out with everyone from now on. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of them. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Whoa! That looks so beautiful. Whoa! That was a really good transition. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. So, okay. I've gone a little far enough, so I will end it here. But, you know, I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did, because this is really good so far. And I can't wait to just play, and I can't wait to play more and to see what else happens. I'll make sure to save first. So, hope you guys enjoyed as well. So, yeah, goodbye.